What's up, y'all? Y'all know it's Carcino here. Needless to say, but in the start of the 1990s, you saw a whole different momentum switch. You saw NWA come out, drop their last album, The Niggas for Life, and the whole thing with Ice Cube and the little beef they had was starting to boil and unfold. Now, Ice Cube album comes out, and it has a surprise at the very end called No Vaseline. So everybody was listening to the album wondering if Ice Cube was going to diss NWA. And through the entire album, he makes no inkling as to what he's going to do, or is he going to say a word. He hadn't said anything the entire album. Then it gets to the end. And once he said, oh yeah, it ain't over, mother. Done. From that point on, you knew you were in for the ride. And once that ride took place, it was completely no way out. Now, when they all heard the record, they all heard it when it first came out. But the general public hadn't heard the record. But the people it was intended to hear it, Dre, Easy, Ren, the whole NWA, that's when things were going in a different direction. And at this point, Dre was at the point of not really, he wasn't really dealing with Eazy-E that well. It wasn't, because Eazy wasn't trying to hear him out when he was having complaints about his money with Jerry, because basically Suge told him to have problems with Jerry and his money. So during this time, people went out to places to hang out. Like other entertainers, they all would go. If you was in LA, whatever, you go to Sunset Boulevard. Everybody would go out to the comedy clubs to have fun and kick it, and that's what people did. So they went out to a place called the Comedy Store. Comedy Store is classic, long history, with some of the best comics in the world have come out of that place. And they do stop there to do shows or whatever. They call up, make an appearance, and do what they do. From Richard Pryor, the list goes on and on. So anyway, on this particular night, Tupac is there with a couple of his homies. Now, they're all in like one section. He's there with Treach. And Treach got on that big chain around his neck. The one that you see, that big chain with the padlock at the end of it. He was wearing that. Snoop and Daz and Corrupt is there with Dre. And everybody's like in a section where everybody's like kicking it, having their own little thing going down. And at this time, Dr. Dre was rarely seen out. This is like one of the rare scenes Dr. Dre is out. And he kicking it with Dre, Snoop, what was it? It was Dre, Snoop, who else was there? Warren G, I think. Bunch of those guys. His brother and them crew. That's who he was hanging with at the time. They wasn't even, Death Row wasn't even formed at this time. So they sitting there kicking it. Eddie Griffith is on stage telling jokes. The DJ, in between sets or whatever, decides to play No Vaseline. And for the most, this was like, for the people that was in the crowd, they had never heard this record. I would say about 80% of it never heard the record yet. It had been out very new. And all of a sudden, you see Dre get up. He was yelling at the DJ. And I guess the DJ was like, F you. kept playing the records. And I guess he was setting up the records. Dre and them just stormed. Dre, Tupac, Treach. Pac just got involved because it was rowdy. Like, yeah, I'm with this. So Pac just jumped up there because it was rowdy. But they rushed the stage. Went past everybody. Went to the back where the DJ was and tossed him up. Pop. Treach took off that chain with the lock on it, started swinging it. People coming his way. Security was coming out. It's a crazy night. DJ Dre took the record and broke it. Started breaking his records and stuff, man. It was crazy. That's the Comedy Store, though. You never know what you're gonna get. Rowdy crowds. But that's how that night ended. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out.